y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to share some brushes that I recently picked up. The reason for these brushes were mostly because of these two. This is a Crown Brush C476 Crease Shadow Brush that I received, and then this one is a All Over Shadow Brush by Elizabeth Mott. And these two brushes have spurned like this awakening in my brush collection that I just felt like I needed to kind of fill some gaps or replace some brushes that I had on hand. I'm really trying to find a good foundation brush that replaces my Real Techniques one, and I have not even, touched on that. It's every one that I find just does not even touch it. So I'm really considering just repurchasing the Real Techniques brush because that mine is getting really ratty and old. Anyway, back to these two. This one I absolutely love. The quality of the bristles, I mean, they're soft, they're, they work so nicely. Like this one, they call it a crease brush, which you can use to shape your crease, but I like it for underneath the lower lash line. And then this one is just, all over shadow or to blend that crease. And it's very handy because it's dual-sided. I, however, do not care for dual-sided brushes. I just don't like them. The only way to store them is like this so that you don't ruin either side of the bristles. And I store mine all standing up. So one side of the brush will always get just ruined. I mean, it just gets, ruined. And it's in the nastiness that's at the bottom of the pencil, or the pencil holder, the brush holder. So I just really don't care for them. Now for travel, I don't axe them for traveling. I love them for traveling. They're actually convenient because I don't have to take both of my brushes, my pencil brush and my shadow brush. I can just take one or two brushes that are dual-sided. So I don't care for them for every day, but for travel, I do find their handiness to be nice. So anyway, because of this one, I thought, you know what, I've heard a lot about Crown. I'm going to try out some Crown brushes because they are one of the brands that a lot of professionals use. You hear a lot of things about them. You'll see things online about them, and people love them in general. So I thought I would try some Crown brushes out, and I ordered two sets. I ordered this set of, it says Crown brush on it. It's called the Vintage set, and then the HD set, which looks like this. And there are some major differences, and I really can't tell you how disappointed I was with the differences. It's a little, to me, a little too crazy. So let me start with the Crown, what is this, HD set, and go from there. Okay, now I have taken some of these out because I've been using them. I've found homes for all of them and uses. This is the Crown HD set. It's got, the name and then the interior and some brushes. And what really I liked about this is the fact that it has a pan you can use to mix different mediums or, glitters on. And I like that because I get my workstation so dirty, and sometimes I really don't want to use my hand because some of my makeup is long lasting and it stays even after I wash it. So I liked that. And then I also like the fact that it came with a spatula because this is handy for scraping out the bottoms of your makeup to get every last bit, or to mix colors or creams or anything like that. So there's those. And then these brushes also were a big draw. Mostly because I need a new powder brush, and I thought this would function very nicely as that, and it does. It does function very nicely as a powder brush. The bristles, it is synthetic. The bristles are very lush and just nice, and it does hold on to the powder and everything. This is the SS015 if you want to buy it separately on their website, or you can buy the HD set, which to me the HD set was way more worth it. It was like $20 versus paying individually for these brushes. But the SS015, and it's really nice and is part of one of their good collections. However, these brushes, as you will notice, are not marked. They do not say Crown brush on them. They just came like that. So that I was kind of like, it's a little difficult to remember what each brush is when it's not marked. And I like my brushes to be marked just in case I want to reorder, or 5 or 6 years from now I forget which style that is, or I'm doing a video and I'm trying to use that brush and I'm telling you I don't know where I got it from. It's from it's from Crown, but I don't know what it is. So yeah, what I did is I went online to their site and wrote down with a Sharpie what each brush was. This one I cannot find on their site, and it's a disappointment because I absolutely love this one. They call this, in the collection, they call it their blush brush. No, it's their foundation brush. However, I don't care for it. I tried it with foundation, didn't like it. So I like this for highlights. So literally getting my highlight powder on it and then going in and highlighting the areas of my face that I typically highlight. It just works very, very nicely for that. So there's that one. The next one they consider their foundation brush, which to me, or not foundation, blush, which to me is way too small for blush. Like I could barely get a little bit of my cheeks in there. So I use this as a concealer brush. So what I do is I apply my concealer in the triangle that I like it in, and then I go in and stamp this to blend it out, and it works exactly like my finger without getting my hand all dirty. So I absolutely love that. Loving, loving, loving that. Okay, so this one, like I said, I like to stamp my concealer out to blend. Works very nicely as that. These two brushes, the highlight one that I use and this one that I use for my concealer, are not on their website. I cannot find brushes like them on their website. So they're specific to this collection, which is disappointing because I couldn't find anything that even remotely looked like these, which is sad because I just really like them for those two purposes. Okay, the next one is the SS012, which is a crease blender brush, and it looks like this. And this is it in comparison to like another crease blender. It's a little shorter, just a tad shorter at the top. And this one, you know, is meant just to kind of get in and blend that crease really, really well. And I do like the bristles, and I like the fact that it's kind of really fluffy, so you can use like a light transition color and get in there on the lid and just blend that out very, very nicely. So that's what I've used that for. The next one is the oval shadow brush, which also was not available on their website. So, oh no, it was SS01. SS01, which is just a really good brush to kind of pack on color, and you can see the density and everything of that. So just, you know, a good all over brush you can use for different things. And I like having different types of these brushes on hand. Blenders, I could never have enough blenders because I use blenders for every look that I do, and I like to clean them in between every color I put down so that I'm not mixing colors. Like if I'm doing a brown transition with like a blue or something, I don't want my colors really mixed, so I'll use a different blender for that. So blenders, like I said, I could have 10 of them and it would not be enough because I wash them so frequently. These shadow brushes are in the same way about, because for every color I pick up, I want an individual brush, and it just, you know, creates a better kind of blend altogether. So yeah, you know, or some of them I even have marked as lights or darks. So like this one, for instance, is kind of one that I've used like a brown tone. My light ones, I would only do like highlights or very light shadows, and then my dark brushes that are marked for dark colors are like my blacks, you know, my dark, dark browns. And that way nothing ever mixes together even after I wash them. So yeah, I'm kind of particular about that. And the last one that it came with, it did come with a liner brush, a little small liner brush. That one I've already put in my car because I use that in my car to get rid of mascara that I've missed after I've put my makeup on for the day. So took that one out already. So that's the HD set, and this set, like I said, I really, really do like. It's every brush in there I've found a purpose for, and it has become like a permanent member of my makeup routine in the mornings. So that's that. The one that disappointed me was this set, and it's a shame because it's so cute. And look, I mean, it's marked crown brush. You open it and it's got these polka dots. The brushes are beautiful with this kind of mint color. I loved the mint color and the mint. And look, it says crown brush on it, and it's marked as to what it is. So this set I was excited about for the color, and then, you know, just because it's really, really cute. What disappointed me was, look at this powder brush. It is so, I hate to say cheaply made, but it is just, you could buy this at the dollar store, literally, and probably even get better quality. I mean, literally there are e.l.f. brushes that are $1 that are way better quality. This is just, it's synthetic, of course, but the synthetic is not the same quality as like this HD brush, and this is the powder brush from this collection. And you can just literally see it. The shininess to the bristle, which to me I equate with the fact that it is not as expensive or expensively made as some of the other ones. Like this one doesn't have that shine. Just not impressed with the quality of this entire vintage brush collection, and it's a shame because it's just so pretty, the mint with the white, and even the bristles fade from a white into like a mint. Can you see it? There's a mint tip. So that's that one. This one is the blush brush, which is very pretty, and it might be better for, because of the synthetic feel and the kind of plasticness that the bristles have, cream products, because it won't absorb the moisture from the cream products. It'll lay it down on your skin rather than eating it kind of the way that a different brush or a natural hair brush would. So there's that one. This foundation brush, which I'm not a fan of these kind of paint style foundation brushes. They don't give me the coverage that I like. I kind of like a buffing brush that I can stamp on and then buff out. But these are good for, you know, cream products as well. Sometimes you can even use them if they're small enough, because they tend to be so big, as a cream product, you know, placer, like to put your base on or something like that. So there's that. This is the Deluxe Fan, which looks like this. And these, of course, are always very, very handy for sweeping away fallout or doing a very light highlight. So these are always nice. And this one is very, very nice for liquid kind of highlights. So like your Benefit, what is it called? High Beam, you know, things like that that you put on. Next would be the Deluxe the Deluxe Shadow Brush, which it has very nice bristles. But once again, the kind of plasticky bristle does not pick up, does not pick up pigment very nicely and put it on. It kind of just fluffs it around because it's not holding onto the pigment the way a natural bristle or a better, higher quality synthetic brush would. So once again, better for like a cream base. The Chisel Shadow, which just is the same, and you can see where I tried to use it to pick up color. But it just does not hold on. It doesn't deposit and it doesn't hold it. So if you like a wash of shadow, that would be good, because it's very, very light, but it does not deposit the color the way that I would like for it to be deposited onto my lid. Next is the Crease Brush, which is really, really small, and it's perfect for getting into that crease. But like I said about the previous brush, it doesn't hold on to the pigment, doesn't deposit it evenly. It goes on kind of splotchy when you apply it. This one, which is a concealer brush, and this works very, very nicely, and you can see I've used it. I use it under my what is this called? Eyebrow to carve it out with my concealer. It goes on under there. And because it is synthetic, it holds on to the concealer, and it lets the concealer off when it touches my face. So I do like that brush for that reason. This one, which is the Angle Liner, which I used to stamp my outer area here. It worked very nicely for that because it is just, you know, dropping the shadow literally on there. But this one also works very nice for like your water lines. If you like to gel line your water lines, it deposits the gel liner. So really great for gel, liquid kind of liners, because it does leave the product behind. This one is the Smudger, which I literally will probably never use because I've just never been a fan of this kind of, you know, smudgy brush. But it is nice to have a kind of full-size smudger brush, because these don't come in makeup kits anymore. You know, you buy a palette, it used to come with the shadow, and they don't really come, well, not unless you like drugstore, but most of the palettes that I buy don't come with brushes. So I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to have that on hand. And the last two, which I do really like, is the spoolie, the mascara spoolie, which I like to use to comb, of course, my, what are those things called again? Eyebrows. The other thing I like to use this for is for flyaways, which I have a lot of, and I don't fix them every day because it's just like, do I really want to do that every day? But when I do fix them, this is how my hair looks. Usually there's strands that are everywhere. If you'll look at my Instagram photos, you'll notice that. But I use them with some either gel or hairspray, and just kind of comb those down and into place, and, you know, all over, although they're popping up. So I do like that a lot, because it's always nice to have these. And then, you know, just the color. It's a decent, really pretty color to have. Just, you know, it's nice to have color added to like your all black brushes, because my brushes sit on my counter and they're all black and silver. I do have some specialty brushes like from MAC and from other places that have a little bit of color injected into them, but it's just nice to have something on display that is colorful. So this is the last one. It's the Brow and Lash Groomer, which of course these are always handy. Mine, however, arrived like that, so yeah, I guess a little bit of glue will help it, but it's a little disappointing nonetheless. So I just really feel that with the quality of the HD brushes, the fact they're not stamped was disappointing, but the quality of them does not compare to the set, the quality of this set. This set is so much less than I think Crown is capable of, or that Crown is known for. So I was not impressed with this set at all. And it was disappointing because, like I said, it's just beautiful. It's got its own little case and everything, and it's all marked and really pretty, but I don't think it's worthy of the Crown stamp the way that their HD brushes were. So, and I know, you know, I posted a picture on Instagram and somebody responded back. Well, Miss Chris M responded back that it totally depends on the line that you buy, because Crown brushes, you go on there and there's like 10 different sets, no, well, there's like 30 different sets and 10 different kinds of brushes, so different collections of brushes like Italian Badger, synthetic, and all those. And while I stuck with the synthetic brushes, I didn't really mean to, because I didn't know like that these were synthetic until I got them. I thought they were some type of badger, but they do have like Italian Badger, Luna Badger, and all those, and that I will be investing in soon because I do like the quality of these as well as this, and this is from their Infinity series line, and they do have some that are not dual, but the quality of the bristles and everything I really did like. So, you know, while I do think Crown is worthwhile, some of their collections, I would say, are just not, I mean, not up to par with the rest of what they carry. And it's a shame, because if I was a brand, I would want unity amongst my entire brand, to be, you know, everything to be up to par and nice quality and worthwhile. So that is for, that is my haul for my Crown brush collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.